All right. Hello, my friends. Oh my gosh. Those of you that are here in live chat, thank you so much for being here. I apologize for the delay. For whatever reason, my alarm didn't go off. I didn't double check why my alarm didn't go off, but it should have. I have it set to automatically go off. Maybe it went off and I just was sleeping too hard. I don't know. But I usually wake up about 8:30 and get everything ready. I had a plan today. We were going to declutter my highlighters because my highlighter drawer is overflowing. It's insane. And so I woke up late and I started pulling out my highlighters and I started feeling a little nauseous because I was like, I don't want to declutter them. I don't want to do it. So I started getting not literally emotional, like I wasn't actually getting emotional, but I was like, no, we're not decluttering these today. So I had to switch gears and I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I was like, you know what? I have so many products that I've used and tried that like I feel like nobody really talks about, that I thought would be really fun to talk about and show you some of these things. If you're a religious watcher of my channel, you will probably have seen some of this stuff before, probably most of it before. But I kind of like side mention them in chats and maybe mentioned them a year ago, like that kind of stuff. So I haven't brought them to the front of my channel in a while. And some of them, a couple of things I haven't talked, actually, yeah, a couple of things I haven't talked about at all. So I thought that would be a really fun topic. So that's why it took me so long to get here, is because I was like scrambling to get all of my stuff and making sure that I knew what I was talking about, making sure I was 100% behind the products. And it's just takes a minute. So now that I've rambled on for a minute and a half, thank you guys so much for being here. I don't know what's going on with my lighting. I'll put my face up a little bit closer. Mic, it should be working now. Last chat, I forgot to double check to make sure that my computer was using my mic. It ended up using my computer mic instead of this mic, and hopefully you guys can hear me better. So I'm going to go ahead and say hello to the people that are here live in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness. When I start showing products, if you're watching this on the replay, that's when I'm talking about products. It'll probably be like another minute or so. But when I invite people into my home, I do like to say hello to them. So, and some of them have been here for a good 20 minutes. So Julie is here. Hello. Latina and Julio down by the schoolyard are here. She says, great morning. Whenever you're on, we love you and yours. Love you back, Julio and Latina. Amber is here. And Julie was the first one here. Great job, Julie. I wish I was here with you. I'm sorry. Aspen is here. Good morning, my friend. Valerie is here. You can see I have a full cup of coffee because that's how much I've had time to drink. Good morning, Valerie and Brooke. And Teresa M. Oh, hello. Good morning to you. Coffee plus live chat is a wonderful Sunday. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here with you. I think I already said hi to Amber. Yes, I did. And Cheyenne is here. Good morning, my friend. AJ is here. Good morning, my friend. I love seeing a lot of the same people coming back and people that I feel like I'm getting to know. It's wonderful to see the same people. It's wonderful to see new people as well. This is just such a cool format. I love it. Abby is here. AJ says, good morning, all from a deer stand on Lake Superior in North Minnesota. That's so cool. And if I didn't say hello to you, and thank you so much for being here. So I'm going to go ahead. Ooh, I scrolled down too far. Whoa. Okay, we're 3 minutes in. Let's get started with some products. People are commenting on my dinosaur sweatshirt. You may not know this about me, but I love dinosaurs. I'm not quite as into it as I was when I bought the sweatshirt, but I still really love dinosaurs. I love anything that's old, rocks, dinosaurs, anything like that. So yes, good stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the base up. So let's start with face primers. This is one that used to be one that I talked about a lot. Oh no, of course the stream looks like it's kind of in and out. Ugh. Okay, this is the Mirabella primer. This is the face primer. This is a brand that I don't really hear about at all anymore. This was given in a subscription box. I think it was BoxyCharm a while back, but this is almost exactly the same for me as the Smashbox Photo Ready, the white, the clear one, the clearish one. It's very silicone based. It works very, very well. I really love this product. It just looks like this. And if you like silicone-based primers and you're looking for something different, I would definitely recommend getting this. It is very smooth to go on. It feels really good on the skin, and I really like it a lot. A lot of these things you're not going to be able to find at Sephora or Ulta. That's kind of the point of this. So you may want to check on the individual websites for the brands. I'll try to be very clear as far as what the name of the brand is. This is Mirabella. And I have liked quite a few products from this brand. Eye primer. Let's talk about this one. This is the Miraness eye primer. I use this a lot in my getting ready with me for What's Up in Makeup. I do go on Periscope. If you're not familiar with Periscope, it is I'm going to clean my glasses. It's a Twitter app that is a live streaming app. It's kind of like YouNow. But I don't think there is a pay section to it, but my account is not enabled for that. But other than that, it seems a lot like YouNow if you've ever done that. But Periscope's really cool, except for the creepers. Other than that, it's really cool. But we've got a nice little group of like 20 or 30 of us that get ready for What's Up in Makeup. If you ever want to watch the replay of that, you can go over to my Twitter and it automatically feeds to my Twitter. But anyway, I use this eye primer a lot. It's one of those that mutes out discoloration. Let me show you. It's more liquidy than like the Urban Decay primer in Eden, and it's very, very nice. I really like this eye primer a lot. Let me show you. So that's an eye primer. It's thinner, like if you're used to using like maybe a concealer or something to mute out discoloration, this is a thinner one. So I personally like this better than like Tarte Shape Tape or something to prime my eyelids, because I feel like it works more effectively as a primer, but it doesn't cover quite as much. You can see my freckle. Hopefully you'll be able to see my freckle there. Aspen says, Periscope with Jen is so fun. Sad I've missed it lately. Periscope, Aspen showed up quite a few times to that. And yeah, it is fun. It is a lot of fun. And I usually go a little deeper into my opinions on things, because it is a smaller group. I'm usually a little more forthcoming of opinions. So it is not drying Cheryl at all. She wanted to know if this was drying. It is not drying at all. It is very smooth. It's very wet feeling, but I do not find it to be drying. I do have normal skin, so I'm not particularly sensitive to it. So I haven't experienced any feeling of dryingness. Like if you use like a MAC paint pot, sometimes those can feel a little drying. I've heard people say the Tarte Shape Tape feels a little drying on them. This, I've never heard of that, and it definitely feels different. It's not as thick, you know what I mean? The eye primer is by a brand called Miraness, Mirenesse, and it's called the Sexy Secret Eye Primer. And the packaging's beautiful too. Their foundation is very nice, but it's really, really, really pricey. It's kind of ridiculous. You can find this on Haute Look sometimes. That's when I picked it up for like, I think it was like 40% off, something like 40 or 50% off, but it's very good. I really like that a lot. All right, let's see what everybody's saying. Yeah, Cheryl says, is that Cheryl? Hold on, let me go back. Yep, Cheryl says, thanks, I have dry eyelids, MAC's too drying for me. Yeah, that is definitely a lot. You know, it's got a lot more, seems like it has more of a water content than the MAC. The MAC is very thick. AJ wants to know if I like the Urban Decay Anti-Aging. Yes, I do. I like it very much. Very, very much. And Cheryl says, I love Haute Look. Me too. I'm a big Haute Look fan. All right, I've got 3 different foundation-ish kinds of things, and let's start with the most obscure. This is the Radiant Skin CC Cream by a brand called Clay, C-L-E. And this is a Korean product. I forget where I got this from. I want to say maybe with points from Ipsy. This stuff is awesome. It's fabulous. It is a Shiseido brand. I put it on my hand a little bit so you can see. It's one of those that comes out white. And then when you blend it in, I don't believe that it actually matches to your skin tone. I think that's kind of ridiculous. This is the shade Light, by the way. But it does kind of turn. You see that? See how it kind of turns? But it's a beautiful finish. Beautiful, beautiful finish. Melissa wishes that we could post pictures on here. I wish you could too. Sarah says, I love the Milani Eye Primer. That is a very good one. Natty says she just subscribed. Thank you so much. Randy says the Urban Decay Anti-Aging is very moisturizing. I'm so glad you've had that experience. That's awesome. Catherine. Hey, Catherine. I haven't seen Catherine Downey in forever. I'm needing some new foundation. I'm going to have to declutter my products. Yeah. Allison wants to know if they're cruelty-free. I would imagine if they are a Shiseido brand, then no. Some of the Korean brands are becoming cruelty-free, but Shiseido brands I don't believe are cruelty-free. Okay, so there is a little bit of a scent to it. It's got kind of a little bit of a sunscreeny scent, just so you know. Hold on a second. I do have some other options, though, for you. I think that if you ask me if these are cruelty-free, honestly, most of them I'm probably not going to be able to tell you because I'd have to look it up. But I will be clear in the name of the brand so you can look it up. Okay, I've got two more foundations for you. This is another Korean one. This is one, if you've been on my Periscope, you know how much I love this one. This is the Sweet Cotton Pore Cover BB Cream in soft beige. One problem with these Korean products is they are not women of color friendly at all, which I'm really sorry to say. I do have one that's a little bit more women of color friendly, a little bit, but I'm sorry that these aren't. I wish that they would, when they start marketing the US, I wish they would expand their color range, and hopefully they will. I am now in contact with Holika Holika, which is the brand that does this, so I will put that in the suggestion box. But this one is fabulous. It smells a little bit of like sweetness, of like cotton candy. It smells really, really good. And well, not super good. Can't say it smells really, really good, but it's got a little bit of a sweetness to it, and I really like it. This one is a little bit thicker than the Clay one. See how it's a little thick? But the finish on this is so beautiful. It's got this beautiful satiny finish, which is my personal preference, and I really, really like it a lot. This one I got off of Amazon. The Clay one I got from Ipsy, so I'm not sure where that one, where you can get that one. I would imagine you just Google, CLE is the name of the brand. This one is Holika Holika, Holika, Holika. This one is really, really good if you can find your shade. I think there's only like 2 or 3 shades, which is terrible. But I mean, I guess, you know, when you're marketing to a Korean audience, there are only a few shades that they need to create. But when you're marketing to an American audience, I wish that they would increase that. All right, moving on. I'm looking... Ooh, Epiphany says, Innisfree has women of color friendly products. That is awesome. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Yuko wants to know if Emily knows that I cried in my video. I don't know. I didn't talk to her about it. I have no idea. She has not commented to me that she has watched the video, so I don't know. But I would rather her not know, if that's possible. Because it's a little cheesy, and I don't like to fangirl. I think I really would rather not fangirl. And I didn't straight up cry. I just got a little weepy. This one is the thickest foundation I have for you. This is the Ulta Demi Matte Foundation. I did do a video with the Ulta... with the Ulta foundation, and it was like an Ulta haul, and what I did was I just tried out and told you which Ulta brand products were good and which ones were not good. This was one of my favorite things that I tried. This is a very thick foundation, but it comes out to a nice solid medium coverage. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful finish. Lasts all day, does not kick up around my nose or anything. This is in the shade beige, and it matches me perfectly. Let me show you how thick it is. It's really thick. It's really, really good. Lisa says, my last video was awesome. Thank you so much. This one has a lot of dimethicone in it, though. So just so you know. Amber says, good morning from Maryland. Hello, neighbor. But you can see how dimethicone, hopefully you can see how dimethicone that is. But it feels really good on the skin if you like that feeling. And the lasting power is really good. Hopefully I held my hand up there still enough. I'm getting better. I'm trying to get better at this. There you go. Melissa wants to know when we can get a meetup at Ulta. I don't know, man. Meetups freak me out. I don't know. I feel like there's going to be like good people, but then there's going to be like somebody that's going to be like creepy, you know? Like, you never know who's going to show up to meetups. And that's why like all the big people, when they do meetups, they, oh my gosh, hold on a second. Sorry. Okay, we're going to the movies with a friend, and she's about to buy tickets, and I'm telling her, don't buy tickets. Sorry. I don't want her to buy tickets because we already bought her. Okay. Sorry. All right. What was I talking about? I lost it because she's like, are these seats next to you? I'm like, no, don't buy them. We already bought them for you. No. Okay, hopefully she got that before she bought it. All right. Anyway, oh, what was I talking about? Sorry. I'm a mess. Oh, the meetup. The meetup thing freaks me out. We're going to go see Wonder. I did do a bunch of meetups when we did our road trip. I guess it was not this past summer, but the summer before. And I had a great time. I loved meeting the people that I got a chance to meet. But my car got broken into in Indianapolis. And every time I was so nervous that like there was going to be a creeper show up. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, the big YouTubers, they have bodyguards and things there to like help them. But I get scared, man. I don't know. I should do a Maryland meetup and just like, you know, get some of my husband's friends to show up just in case or something. I don't know. Because I know that probably nothing's going to happen, but it just freaks me out. All right. But anyway, that's off topic. Oh, Cheryl says about Wonder that it looks really good. Yes, I used to teach that book when I taught fourth grade. Did it for 2 years in a row when I did fourth grade. So it's a very special book to me. All right, moving on. Oh my gosh, I'm so off topic. Sorry, guys. Okay, if you're watching this on the replay, I sincerely apologize. Let's keep moving. Okay, let's go to, what should we do next? Let's do brows. This is one I've talked about very briefly. This is the Miss Adoro brow pomade. This stuff is so super fab, and it's really inexpensive. It's MISSADORO. And it is really, really good. It reminds me a lot of the Anastasia one, but I find this one to be a little bit easier to work with. It's really good. I don't like it quite as much as my Benefit. I think I have the Benefit right here. I do. How weird is it that I know on the floor where this is? This is the one. This is actually my favorite. This is the Benefit Cabral. This one I like a little bit more, but this one is about maybe a third of the price, and you get more product. It's really good. I have the shade brown, and it's fabulous. It's just very creamy, very easy to use, and it's very inexpensive. So I definitely recommend this. They gave this to me when I was at IMATS. It was just, I just walked up to different brands and I introduced myself, and they're like, oh, let you try some of our products. And I definitely recommend this. This one's really, really good. Their brow highlighting crayon isn't as good as the Benefit either, but this one's much closer of a dupe to the high-end stuff than the brow crayon is. Shay wants to know, what brush do you use? What's your favorite brushes? I use very inexpensive brushes. I do not feel, I don't know, maybe this is why my makeup skills aren't that great. I mean, I'm okay, but you know, I don't use a lot of really expensive brushes. I don't know. I like my Moda brushes. I like my Real Techniques brushes. I like my Luxie brushes. That's kind of as high end as I go, is Luxie brushes, which are, you know, kind of mid-range prices. I love my Luxie brushes. But Moda brushes are probably my go-to, just because I find them to be extremely effective for the price point. So Moda does send me a lot of their brushes, though, just in full disclaimer. But I do really, really, really like them. Really like them a lot. All right, let's see. But I didn't have any like brushes that, oh wait, you know what? I could tell you about Beauty Junkie brushes. That would be a way I could stay on topic. Beauty Junkies is a brand that used to send me, they sent me a bunch of their brushes a long time ago. They're really, really, really good. You can get them on Amazon if you type in Beauty Junkies, but they're not like a creepy Amazon brand. They're just like a brand that they go through Amazon to sell a lot of their stuff, and it's easier to buy through Amazon than it is to buy through their website. They're really, really good. I think it's spelled, let me look it up, Beauty Junkies on Amazon. They're excellent brushes. They are, some of them are, I would tell you, exact dupes for the Sigma ones. I did buy a Sigma holiday set, was it a year ago, 2 years ago, and I put them head to head against the Beauty Junkies ones. Exact dupes. Exact dupes. The only difference is the ferrule has like one more pinch on it or something in one of them versus the other. That's like the only difference. They're exactly the same. Okay, it's Beauty, and then Junkies is Junkees. And they have their 8-piece brush set and case for $24.97. The sponges break on me. I definitely wouldn't recommend the sponges. They wear out and break. They're very soft, but they don't last very long. The face brush set, the premium contouring and highlighting kit, is $21.97. It does come with the sponge. I don't have that set. That one I don't have. The one that I have is the Kabuki makeup brush set. It's a 5-piece set. It includes a foundation, blush, bronzer, concealer, and mineral brushes. That's weird. It's $19.97. That's the one that I have. So I have that set, and then I have the eye brush set, and they're fabulous. I do have their beauty sponge set. I found that the colored ones seem to last longer than the black ones. They sent me a bag of the colored ones, and I do like those a lot, but don't get the black one because it rips, like as you use it more, so I wouldn't recommend that. Tiffany says, oh, hi, Tiffany Dawn. The Beauty Junkies brushes are really good. I only had a problem with one brush. That's awesome. I've heard other people say that their Beauty Junkie brushes fell apart on them. And then when I talked to them, I was like, have you been drying your brushes with the ferrule, with the brush facing up? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, well, that's why they messed up. Because you have to dry when you clean your brushes, you have to dry it with the brush facing downward, with the fluffy part facing downward, or else you can ruin your brush. So I was like, don't blame that on the brushes, man. You kind of got to dry them that way. Yeah, Nell says, I tried the Beauty Junkie sponges and they left bits of sponge all over my face from the first use. Was that the black one? Because the black one, I completely agree with you. The color ones worked fine for me. Susan says, don't hate me. I'm anti-Morphe brush person. Tried twice. One set fell apart. Yeah, I've had the exact same. I will not hate you, Susan. I will agree with you. I have not had good luck with Morphe brushes. Like, people can not like me if they want. I have to tell you my experience with Morphe stuff. I'm so off topic. Oh my gosh. If you're watching this on the replay, I'm a terrible person. I'm very sorry. But I want to talk about this for a second. So Morphe, there's one product that I like from Morphe that I've tried, and that's the Jaclyn Hill palette. I don't like the 35OS. I don't like the 35OM. I don't like another palette that I got from them. I just find them to be mediocre. They're not bad. They're just okay. And for all the hype they get of being amazing, I don't see it. I don't see the amazing hype. I like them. I think they're good for the value of them. Like if they, for the price of them, I think they're a good price, but I don't think they're as good as my high end, except for the Jaclyn Hill palette. The Jaclyn Hill palette is amazing. And then the brushes, I have never gotten a good brush from Morphe. Like I've gotten like their sets though, like the cheap ones. They're like the sets off Haute Look and stuff. So I don't know if it's just the ones that I've purchased that have been terrible, but I don't plan on purchasing anything from Morphe unless it's that Jaclyn Hill formula. If it's the Jaclyn Hill formula, then I will definitely purchase it and try it. But that the 35O and 35M and 35S and 35PQMZ, I am not buying any of them because I know that I'm not going to like it that much. It's not worth it to me. Anna said that's Nicole when she looked at when I showed the Jaclyn Hill palette. I know. And it's so funny because Stephanie and I hung out for like an hour and a half before we started filming. And that's why I feel like we were so like in sync when we filmed, because we'd already been hanging out for like an hour and a half. And she knew that I had it. And we had talked a little bit about Morphe before, we started. And I was like, because she gets it, Steph gets it, that I was talking about things that I genuinely liked, and it doesn't matter the name on it. It's just, I have to talk about the things that really fit that for me. And it wasn't about that I was at Steph's house. It was about that was what I believed in. You know what I mean? So she gets it because she's very honest. So she gets it. But I did feel a little like I was bringing, something satanic into a church. You know what I mean? Like I'm bringing this Morphe palette into Steph's house. It was like, oh, am I going to catch on fire? This is not good. But she was totally understanding. Stephanie is so flippin' cool. She's very cool. If we live closer, we definitely hang out. All right, let's get back to the video. I'll put a timestamp. I should put timestamps down in the description box after this video, after I go to the movies with my kids, because I am so off topic. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about these products. I am planning on doing my Q&A. So I'll talk about some stuff during my Q&A too when I do that. All right, where are we going to go next? Let's go to eyeshadow. Okay, so these right here, my friend Wendy, she has a YouTube channel called Diva Makeup Queen. She has taken some time off. She is a professional cellist for the New York Philharmonic. I think is which one she is. I can't remember, but she's a cellist in New York. She's a professional cellist, and she's amazing. Like, she's ridiculous. But she has a YouTube channel called Diva Makeup Queen, and her eyeshadow formula is really, really, really good. She didn't do, like, these came out maybe 2 years ago, something like that. So that was before, like, the foiled trend hit. So they aren't, like, the foiled formula. They're just mattes and shimmers, but they're really, really good. Let me swatch some of these for you because they're very good. Let's just kind of go across. She sent me a few of them, but they're such good formula. They're very nice for, there you go, for that beautiful soft look, but the lasting power is really good. Like, I like these better than my Tarte shadows. I mean, yeah, yes, I like these better than my Tarte shadows and my Too Faced shadows. I was going to say Too Faced, but I agree with the Tarte too. They're just really good. So I don't know which Sorry if I was going too fast. Let me go a little slower here. I don't know which one is which because they're always in the same packaging. She doesn't change her packaging. They're these, the refillable, like Z palette-y kinds of things is what she always packages in. I can tell you which one was the original. This is not the original one. But they're just beautiful. She did such a good job on this formula. And I'm pretty sure she still sells them. But they're just very, 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 very nice. Someone asked what a cellist is. Someone that plays the cello is a cellist. Diva Makeup Queen is the name of the brand. Diva Makeup Queen Cosmetics. This is the original palette. This is really good. Let me do this sparkly one down here. I don't know if I can even get... And that one isn't showing up on my skin tone very well because it matches my skin tone. But look at this sparkly one. And that shows up on the eye. They're really, really beautiful. They're so nice. They're so nice. And she is such a nice person. And she worked really hard on her eyeshadow formula. And it's really wonderful. I love it. But again, it's more for lighter looks. It's not that poppy, foiled formula. But they don't feel like cheap, mass manufactured eyeshadow. They feel good. You know what I mean? The mattes are good, Cheryl. Are they as good as my Viseart? No. But they're very good. I would say they're better than the typical Sephora brand eyeshadows, as far as like Tarte and Too Faced and stuff like that, but not as good as like my Viseart, not as good as Colored Rain, Juvia's Place, some of those indie brands that I love, but they're good. They're more of that soft formula. Somebody wants me to swatch the mattes. Let's see. Let me get, here's a colored matte. I don't think this one shows up on my skin tone, but yeah, because it like matches my skin tone. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, Shannon, she made them all on her own. I don't know what the price is, honestly. I don't know because it's been forever. But she's amazing. She's a wonderful person. One that's a little more pricey that I wanted to show you. Devin wants to know, Jen, have you ever tried the Clarisonic brushes? No, I haven't. I haven't. This Linda Hallberg, I'll do the Linda Hallberg in a minute because that's a contour palette. This one is kind of a controversial one because I know not everybody's going to agree with me. Again, not as good as high end. They're not as good as high end, but they're fun. They're really fun to play with. This is the BH Cosmetics Wild and Alluring palette. For some reason, the BH Cosmetics baked formula for me is very, very, very good. I do not like their pressed formula at all. I find it to be very powdery, doesn't work for me, at least the ones that I've tried. I haven't tried any of the newest ones, but for whatever reason, the baked formula I do really like. Again, not as good as my high-end stuff, but it's very fun. I used the green shade on my daughter for Halloween, and it looked beautiful on her, and she was Uma from Descendants 2, and it was just beautiful on her. They will give you a little bit of glitter on your face if you don't use a glitter glue, but if you don't mind a little bit of glitter, they're very nice. Very nice. You don't necessarily need a little glitter glue unless you really want to, because the color doesn't fall down. It's just a little bit of the sparkle will fall down. But I love these things. I love the Galaxy Chic palette. I mean, all of these things. I really like them. Mimi wants to know if I've tried Sydney Grace yet. I have not. Jenna wants to know if the BH brushes are any good. I cannot speak to them. Nadine says my niece was Uma too. It's so funny because the Uma costumes, you couldn't find them anywhere. We had to order it online like a month, like beginning of October, and still it was hard. Oh, Nicole from Yerenay Nicole says, I have the Clarisonic and have to use the sensitive skin brush attachment, even though I usually do not have sensitive skin. I think it's because of the retinol I use. Yerenay Nicole, good YouTube channel. Check her out. She's amazing. She's a good friend of mine. Thank you, Nicole, for putting that in there because I didn't know the answer to that question. But yeah, these are really, really fun shadows. If you like bright, bold colors, you just want to play. If you don't want to invest a lot in some color, but you want to start playing with some color, I would definitely recommend this. This was sent to me by BH Cosmetics, but I am not an affiliate, and I do not, they don't know I'm mentioning this in the video. They sent this to me forever ago, and they said, make a video if you want. I chose not to make a video, but I did want to mention it because I do like it. Another one, Nicole's going to agree with me on this one.
Saramir says BH brushes are amazing. Lynette says BH brushes are pretty good, actually. Nice. Nice. Holly says, I returned my BH foil palettes, turned into a muddy mess on me. Wish I would have tried the baked. I do really like the baked. Sarah wants to know if I've tried the JCat Beauty Eye Palette. I have not. This is one of Nicole's favorites from Yay or Nay Nicole. It's one of mine too. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and I am scared how much I like this because they are quite pricey. This is the Blink eyeshadow palette. I brought this with me when I went to Iceland. This was the only eyeshadow I brought because we literally like carried our backpacks, was like all we brought because the luggage was really expensive. So we had like one bag between all of us for a week. And like backpacks. So I couldn't really bring a whole lot. And this was the only eyeshadow I brought. And oh my gosh, these are fabulous. Like these are so creamy. Oh my gosh. If you have oily lids though, they may be a little bit too much dimethicone. But look at these things. Compared to what I was showing you a minute ago, I mean, look at these. This is a foiled formula though. So it's different than the Diva Makeup Queen ones, which is a little more soft of a look. This is like punch you in the eye gorgeousness. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They're amazing. They're absolutely, oh, that red really chunked up, didn't it? Let me blend it out a little bit. Very easy to blend out. But I am not, I'm not affiliated with Blink at all. Oh my gosh, that's really chunky, girl. Just blend it out a little bit. I just dug my finger in a little too hard, apparently. There we go. Now they're not as chunky. You saw oh my gosh, you saw the chunks really crazy. Yeah, they're beautiful. And the lasting power is wonderful. You can get a beautiful look, but they are kind of pricey. That's why I was very thankful to get it in BoxyCharm. Simply Bonnie says, I love that Blink palette. Just don't drop it because they break easily. Oh, good to know. Okay. Good to know. Oh, Mimi says Blink and Pretty Vulgar are the same company. Are they really? Because I didn't really like my Pretty Vulgar palette that much. Wow, I didn't know that. Talia says that eyeshadow palette is my favorite thing I ever received in BoxyCharm. I hope they put more in the brand and future boxes. Me too. Me too. It's so good. Yep. Blend, blend, blend. Yes, Joe. Blend, 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 blend. All right, so this I wanted to show you. This is another pricey one. Man, I need to get more less expensive stuff in here. I did have a couple things, but oh wait, before I get into this, I forgot to show you single shadows. Oh, by the way, just so you know, I did do a little bit of shopping last night on the Color Rain website. I got some of their single shadows, and then I got one of their mini palettes. I got the pinky one. Shay Ray says, what palette is worth splurging the money on, Jen? I want to do a whole video, and this is one of the reasons why I bought it. I got the Pat McGrath Mothership palette. I got one of those. I have some Natasha Denona. I have Viseart. I have some of these really stupidly expensive eyeshadows, and I want to try to kind of break down for you whether they're actually, like, I don't think any eyeshadow palette is worth more than $60, in my opinion. That's kind of my here. When I think something's worth it, but kind of show you why, you know, like the formulas and whether we can compare it to things that are less expensive. I want to do a whole video on that. Well, wait, hold on a minute. Where was, I just saw Angela. Angelica is here. I need to learn how to pronounce your last name because everybody talks about you. Everybody loves your channel, and I love your channel. Angelica, girl, Nyqvist. It is not, doesn't have enough vowels. My last name has way too many vowels. Yours doesn't have enough. And we both probably have the exact same problem. She says, I love LH Cosmetics. Are you getting the new palettes? I wasn't planning on getting the new palettes, but I do love this one. Let's pause on what I was going to show you a second. Let's talk about this since Angelica's here, and we're going to talk about this. This contour palette, it's definitely meant for a professional makeup artist. Like, you've got this black here, but the way that these blend together is so awesome. Like, I love the way that they mix together where you can add a little bit of Cigar in with Pinwheel. Let me show you. So like if I do Pinwheel, this blush, and I do Cigar, which is like a gray, I can put those together, which you can do with other palettes, but you can make a more muted, like ashy pink if you want to. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the point of this. So I can take like this one, Andromeda, and mix it with Zwicky, which is the warm tone brown. I mean, you can do this with a lot of things. Well, let me get a little more Andromeda. And really make a fun cheek color there. You know what I mean? So they're just really fun to play with because I really feel like this is made for a makeup artist by a makeup artist, and it's fun to play with. But again, very pricey, very pricey. I'm sorry. My friend Nancy had bought that one for me, so I did not purchase that one. But yeah, it's very fun if it's in your budget. I really enjoy the quality and the formula, and the lasting power and everything is really good. Blendability is very nice, very makeup artist friendly. Newquist, did I do it right? Angelica Newquist? That's what Melanie is saying. Did I do it right? Newquist, yay! You probably say it a lot more beautifully than I do, though, Angelica. I'm sure you do. I bet you say it like with your beautiful, beautiful accent, your beautiful voice. Newquist. That sounds so American. You know, like it sounds so not as pretty. Like, you know, I feel like when you have your own accent, I don't think it sounds as pretty as other people's. It's one of those grass is always greener. I did it. She said, yay. Okay, good. All right, let's go back to eyeshadow. So I do want to mention these, if you don't mind loose eyeshadows, because these are fabulous. These are from Geek Chic Cosmetics. They're so fun. They're so fun. This is from their Hunger Games collection. It's the Mockingjay shade. These are incredible. And these I think are about $5 or $6 a piece. So they're definitely more in the less expensive range, but look how pretty that is. Just really beautiful. Gina says, Angelica is very beautiful one, has a great voice. I agree. I agree. People were asking me about my look that I had on in the video where I was talking about YouTubers that are awesome. That Angelica totally could have been in that video. Absolutely. She's got a great channel. This was what was on my eyes. This is the shade Luck Dragon. This was on the inner corner. Look at this. It's kind of next to an old swatch, but oh my gosh. I'm going to kind of try to turn it a little bit to see if you can get that sparkle. This one is still available for purchase. It is my ultimate pink. I'm feeling like the antique, like, oh wait, you can't really see it in the swatch. I've got that old swatch, the old green swatch doesn't look good. I'm looking at the replay. It is not doing it justice. Hold on, let me see if I can do better because that one deserves better. Let me get my micellar water. I have a little baby micellar water here. And see if I can clean my hand a little bit, so because that one deserves better than that. Okay. Tang says Geek Chic had sanitation issues. Really? I hadn't heard of that. Really? I'll have to look that up. Oh my gosh. I've never heard of that. Wow. Well, the eyeshadows I have I really like. Let's see if I can get that better. Can you see that better? I don't know if it's going to come off on camera. What's the top antique gold? That gold was called Mockingjay. I don't know. We have to find some evidence on that though. I need more on that one because that would make me cry. It's still not showing up the way that I want it to, but it's got this beautiful like green, blue, well greenish kind of shift to it along with the pink, and I love it. So pretty. This is one from their Harry Potter collection. If you wanted to see a matte, this is called, oh no, it's not a matte. It's called Mischief Managed. I don't buy a lot of mattes and singles because I feel like I've got pretty much every matte that I could ever want. I don't know if this is going to show up on camera. So pretty. Valerie wants to know if I have the Supernatural collection. Girl, you know I do. Girl, you know I do. I have one next. I'll show you. They're called the Super Neutrals. And this one is called Angel of Thursday. This one, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. But it's a silver with a pink shift. It's so pretty. I am a hottie says, please read. Unrelated question. Shape tape oxidizes on me. Do you know why?
OMG, I'm so glad I can talk live. I'm driving and had to pull over to talk to you. Hope you see and read this. Oh, be safe driving. I don't know why it oxidizes on you. I have not had that problem. I am so sorry. You know what? The best thing to do, I think, would be to contact Tarte and find out from them. I do want to tell you, I did kind of try to start something with Tarte and I haven't heard anything back. I want to know from Tarte. I want to know if Amazonian clay is a real thing. I don't think it is. I don't think Amazonian clay is a real thing because it's not listed in their ingredients. The only clay that's in their ingredients is kaolin. And I think Amazonian clay is fake. I think it's all marketing. I don't think it's real. I've sent them 3 messages now asking them about the Amazonian clay ingredient and whether it's actually a real ingredient. And they have never responded to me. Tang says, Geek Chic fingerprints inside the jar's moldy lipstick. Oh my gosh. Fingerprints inside the jar. I'm going to have to look that up, girlfriend. That makes me sad. But yeah, so yeah, Stella says it's kaolin clay. And see, to me, that's not cool, man. Like, I cannot stand behind that. Like, with the whole, don't mess with the ingredients. You know, you got to tell me what the stuff really is. Amazonian clay. Girl. Because that's the only ingredient that's in there that's clay, you know? And everybody uses kaolin. It's not like they're going down to the Amazon and digging it up. And then because there were people contacting me and saying, you know, well, you know, they really shouldn't be digging for clay in the Amazon. And I felt like being like, I don't think they're digging for clay in the Amazon. I think they're just getting kaolin from a lab. You know, but it's crazy because a lot of their marketing says with Amazonian clay to do X, Y, and Z. Like, I don't think so. That's my thought anyway, but they won't respond to me. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure where kaolin comes from, to be completely honest. Melissa says, wow, do you really think it's fake? Maybe it's just clay from the Amazon. That's from Amazon.com. It could be clay from Amazon.com. That's a really good point. Maybe it is. Maybe they bought their kaolin on Amazon.com and that's how it's Amazonian clay. That's a great point, Melissa. It's a great point. That's gonna be my next email, my 5th email to Tarte. Hello. One of my subscribers suggested you get your clay from Amazon. That's why it's Amazonian clay. So if I buy kaolin from Amazon.com, will I have Amazonian clay as well? That's a good point. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. Let's see. Okay, we talked about contour, so let's talk about this one. This was another thing that I had gotten at IMATS last year. This is by a brand called Heidi D. I don't think this is women of color friendly either. I don't think they have a deep enough shade, in my opinion, but hopefully they will expand their shade range. If I have any advice to cosmetic brands, is please, please jump at Jehoshaphat's. You need to. You need to extend your shade range. But it does work really, really well. It's a very nice contour kit. It's called #SelfieWorth. And they're just beautiful shades. They're for a very, very light, natural looking contour. I am not into the Instagram contour. It doesn't look good on me. You know, I'm almost 40, girlfriend. I don't need an Instagram contour. I look ridiculous with an Instagram contour. So this is right up my alley and I love it. For my skin tone, I'm sad that there aren't more skin tones. It bothers me. But if you are of my skin tone or around, maybe, I think they have one that's a little darker than this, I think. But it's definitely not as deep as it should be, in my opinion. But it is a really good formula. I do want to show you this, even though this is a brand that people have talked about, you know, forever. But BareMinerals, I feel like, doesn't get enough hype for their products. I feel like, kind of like Estee Lauder, how, well, no, because Estee Lauder, I feel like they put out a lot of stuff that's very mediocre. Like, they put out some really good stuff, but then they put out some stuff that's, like, really, like, almost like how Revlon, like, they've been doing this forever. Like, why can't you put out a good product, especially the price point of Estee Lauder? But I feel like BareMinerals is one of those brands that they kind of have that I haven't caught up with the times kind of feel to them. So I think they get ignored a lot. This is their blush, their loose blush in Enchanted Beauty. It's really, really pretty, and I really like this a lot. It's got a sifter on the inside like that, and then let me show you what it looks like. But it's really pretty. It's beautiful, and I love the
I love the way that it sets on the skin. Like, it's just very pretty. Really like that a lot. Holla D, I don't know what's going on there. Pericle friendly contour, any tips? I do have a whole video on contouring and how to contour in a more natural way, and that's on my channel. That's probably the best thing to watch because I'll actually show you in that video. Susan says, agree, BareMinerals deserves more love, but they need to work on their face products. They need work on their face products are awesome. Wait, they need to work on their face products are awesome. We're missing some words in there. That's okay. I'm not picking on you. I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say. I really like the BareMinerals, the powder, the setting powder is really, really good. And I really love their liquid lipsticks, and I really love this blush. But I did not like their serum foundation. I was not a fan of that. I ended up having to throw that away because it was just not good. But I have high hopes for BareMinerals. I think that they can do good things. Jody wants, hey, Jody from Yodelin Joda, another great YouTube channel. Have you considered doing a beauty collection video? No. It would be like 4 hours long. No, I haven't. It's too much, girlfriend. It's too much. Too much. I can't even. That just gives me anxiety just thinking about that. Lori says I didn't care for the blush. I'm sorry. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I do enjoy it. E Pure Soul wants to know what is in the BareMinerals that causes a reaction in some people. I have no idea. I'd have to look at the individual ingredient list and see. Arwen says I'm not really a BareMinerals girl. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some things that I really like about BareMinerals, but there's some things that I don't. Oh, Angelica says, I think a lot of people are sensitive to it's the bismuth oxychloride in a lot of mineral products. Yes. That is one of the ingredients, yes. Yeah, Nadine says that probably the bismuth oxychloride, yes. Liz says, Jen, what are some of your foundation shades so I can get an idea of how to compare? I don't know my MAC shade. I've never bought a MAC foundation because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to be honest with you. When I go into MAC and I see the girls in there with their foundation, I do not prefer the level of coverage that they use for myself. The level of coverage that I see when I go into MAC is way too intense for what I would want on my face. I think that's the nicest way I can say it. So therefore, I have never bought a MAC foundation, even though I do know that MAC makes different levels of coverage in their foundation. I just have never gone there. The shades that I have here that are mine, this one is in the shade Soft Beige, this one is in Light, and this one is in Beige. I really go more of the light to light medium is kind of where I'm at in every foundation. I do have neutral undertones. So anything that's like a light to light medium with neutral undertones is usually where I go for a frame of reference. But I don't know my MAC number. I should probably go in just to get color match just so I can tell you what it is and like write it down. Just I don't like that look. It's just not for me. All right. Oh, I wanted to show you these. No one talks about these. These are so good. You need a glitter glue though. The Violet Voss, the loose glitters from Violet Voss. These are really, really good. They are so fun, but you definitely need a glitter glue. They are not meant to stick without a glitter glue. And I don't think I can, I'll just show you like that, pressed in. But they're really beautiful. Really beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's another brand I wanted to tell you about that's really good. Hold on, they're in here. Right here. For eyeshadows. Here we go. This is what I want to show you. MBA Cosmetics. These are fab. This is their Chroma Lights Foil Effects Glitter. These are wonderful. These do not get enough hype. I feel like I just talked about these, but look at this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You do need glitter glue, though. It seems like you might not need glitter glue, but you need them. These things are so fab. So fab. Alora wants to know my favorite glitter glue. I've been using the Too Faced for years. I just got the NYX one, and I find that one to also be very effective. I haven't put them head to head yet. This is insane. This is the MBA. M as in monkey, B as in banana, and A as in astronaut. I don't know. MBA. Monkey with a banana in space. That's just what happened to me. I don't know. This is a Chroma Lights Foil Effects Glitter in Holy Grail. But these are phenomenal. These are wonderful. They also have loose shadows here. These are some of the matte ones. You can tell I like my shimmery stuff though. So this is part of the Agape Love Girl. Oh, this has got a shimmer in it. This is part of the Agape Love Girl collection. These are super fab. But these are less expensive too. These are not super pricey. So yeah, MBA Cosmetics is definitely one you might want to check out if you're looking for something a little less expensive. Let me wipe that off. This towel is definitely going to have to go in the laundry because there's glitter all over it now. All right. Next up, but yeah, what I was going to say, the Violet Voss ones are really good too, but these are more expensive. Honestly, if I had to pick between Violet Voss and MBA, I'd go MBA because they're less expensive and there really isn't that much difference between these two as far as like the quality goes, and MBA is less expensive. But they're both really good. Let's see. What didn't I show you? Okay, we didn't do lips yet. So let's go into lips. These I've shown in some live chats recently. These are really, really good. This is the brand Color the World. These are really hydrating lipsticks. I mean, they've got this cardboard packaging, which is, you know, it's not very luxurious, but the lipstick inside, they are so hydrating and moist and wonderful. I really, really like them. There's a very, very mild makeup-y scent. It's not strong, but they don't smell good. That's my biggest critique of these. But they're just really nice, and they have a little bit of a stain to them. So when you put them on, you can kind of go through your day, and then like halfway through the day, even after like the moisture has worn off, you do still have a little bit of even color on your lips, which I really, really like a lot. The packaging, like I said, is a little bit cheap looking. Allison says the same thing, not a fan of the packaging. I'm not either. Well, I mean, they're cute, but they're not luxurious in any way. But it's such a wonderful formula. It's a very nice formula. So I do really like it, even though the packaging is a little bit not luxurious. They're cute though. I mean, they got cute little owls and things on them. They're more cute than fancy, but the formula inside is really, really good. I do wish they smelled a little bit better. That would make me happy. Sharon wants to know, have you tried the JD Glow shadows? No, I don't think that I have. She says, I have an intense yellow gold and a metallic yellow with a green undertone, and my friend has a beautiful metallic red. That's cool. Yeah, I don't think I've tried those. And then someone else was mentioning about the Angel ones, Mac Daddy, his brand. I've only ever tried the highlighters from him, and I find them to be a little bit too sparkly for me. They're a little too intense. They just don't fit my personal style. But if you're like going to the club and you're, you know, in your 20s and you're going out on a date, or if you're going out on a date night and you're older, it doesn't matter, then maybe. But I feel like they're just a little too intense for me. Like they're not my style, but they do wear very well and they're very beautiful, but it's just not my style, the Angel stuff. What's it called? Artist Couture. Artist Couture. Yes, thank you. Naomi is like, Artist Couture. I'm like, yes, Artist Couture. There we go. We're on the same page here. Me and you, Naomi, we're on the same page. Steph says, oh, she's talking about Stila. I don't know which product she's talking about, though. She's talking about something. I don't know who she's talking. Okay, it's Amber and Steph are talking back and forth. Let me see what they're talking about because it looks very interesting, this conversation. I can't find it. I lost it. Oh, man. I want to know what you guys are talking about. Okay, but anyway. I don't know what she's talking about. Steph looks like she's dropping some knowledge over there, though. All right, what else? Okay, more lipstick. So if you've seen my channel for a while, you know that I am friends with Eshani over at Total Makeup Junkie 101. She did come out with her Ronnie Cosmetics line. I did want to mention these because I don't think people are talking about them enough, especially because Eshani beat everybody on this trend in the United States. This has been around in India for a while. It's very common in India, at least from what my subscribers tell me. It's very common in India to do like a glitter inside of a lip product. But there wasn't a whole lot of it before Eshani came out with these. And now they seem to be popping up everywhere. Everything with a little bit of glitter in it, a little bit of, glitter in it. I'm repeating myself over and over again. The lipsticks are really good. I actually like the lipsticks better than the lip glosses because I feel like the sparkle shows up more. Kind of show you that. Hopefully you can see it. This one is in the shade Latte. They smell really good too. They smell really, really good. Hopefully the shine showed up. I'll have to wait till it's like a 30-second delay for me. They smell amazing. They do have like when you, let me see. Oh, it did show up a little bit. You can barely see the shine in the replay. There's a little bit of a purple glitter in this, but one thing I love about these is that as they wear down very, very evenly. So you don't have glitter just hanging out on your lips afterwards, which I think is awesome. I don't know how she did that, but she did. The one critique I have is that to put it on, it doesn't feel super comfortable to put it on. The application process, it's a very hard formula as far as like putting it on. Like it doesn't feel super soft and smooth and creamy to apply. And you can kind of feel the glitter when you apply it, but you can't feel it on your lips once you've applied it. So if you can get past that, like how it feels as you put it on, they're fantastic. The lasting power is really good, and like I was saying a minute ago, they leave with these ones from what is this, Color the World. It's the same thing where they leave kind of a stain on your lips where the color will linger past the hydration of it, which is really, really nice. And I really love these. They're fantastic. And even if my friend hadn't created them, I would still feel the same way. Let's see. Okay, the liquid lipsticks I like a little bit less because I just really like this. So I feel like the liquid lipsticks didn't have a shot, in my opinion. Allison wants to know, is it gritty? It feels gritty to go on. Like the actual lip applicator, like when you put it on, you can feel grit, like as you slide it across your lips. But once it's on and you go like this, you can't feel grit. So you don't feel it actually. It's just in the application. It's not once it's there. This is the same way, the liquid lipsticks. This one is in the shade Rose. These are moussey. They do not dry down completely. See if you can see that. It is like a pinky purple with a gold shift to it. It's very, very pretty. I really like these. Jody wants to know about indie brands. I will touch on that in just a second. Don't let me forget, Jody. But it's a nice liquid lipstick formula. It's not my favorite liquid lipstick formula just because I don't know. Let me dig into my soul here a little bit. I don't know, I'm trying to think of things I don't like about these. I just really like the lipstick formula better because I like the staining of it, where this I don't feel like has that staining effect. But these are really good too. Like I'm trying to find something I don't like about these, but I like them. The application can be a tiny bit streaky, but you can even it out pretty easily. It just, they're good. They're just really good. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something I don't like, but I do like them. I don't know. Question was, when is a brand not an indie brand anymore? Technically, ColourPop is not an indie brand at this point because the owners of ColourPop own multiple companies. The Seed Beauty own multiple companies. An indie brand is an independently owned brand. So it doesn't matter the price point of it. It doesn't matter how far the reach of the brand is. All it means is that the brand is not owned by a parent company that owns multiple brands. So like Too Faced for the longest time was considered an indie brand. Even when it was at Sephora, it was still an indie brand. But then Estee Lauder bought them not that long ago, and that's when they stopped being an indie brand. It's just based on who owns it. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with, the distribution or the price or anything. It's just all about who owns it. So hopefully that answered your question. I do have 2 more liquid lipsticks I want to talk to you about, and I've got 16% battery and 2 minutes left on the clock. Okay, so this one right here is by an indie brand called Tater Rounds Beauty, and you can see that this is very Etsy as far as the packaging goes, but I really like this liquid lipstick. I find this particular shade called Artemis is really, really nice. If I have a liquid lipstick that I feel is too warm, I can pop this over the top and it cools it down for me. And I really like this. I really like this. It dries down, but it's not super duper uber drying. It's a little dry, but not super dry. And I really like that a lot. The other one is, I couldn't find, see what's killing me is because I was rushing this morning because I changed plans at the last minute, I can't remember the name of her brand, Depeche Girl. Let me look it up because it's gonna drive me bonkers. She sent me
She sent me a set of her liquid lipsticks, and they're so good. And I was rushing, and I couldn't find them. Cryptic Cosmetics. Thank you so much, Internet, for Cryptic Cosmetics. Cryptic Cosmetics, the liquid lipstick formula is really good. It reminds me a lot of the Ofra liquid lipsticks. They're kind of a nice balance between drying and hydrating. They're just a really, really nice formula. I love them. This was the one they did in collaboration with Sola Look. This is the Depeche Girl shade, and it's just really a nice formula. They had a set of 3 that just came out not that long ago, and they are fabulous. Just a really, really nice formula. I really enjoy it, and she's very nice. She's contacted me through email. She's super nice, and I do really like this formula. Let me tell you about the scent. Hold on a second. Very creamy. Very, very creamy. Smells very sweet. Very nice there. Let me smell this one, because I know some people really care about scents. This one doesn't smell good. It doesn't smell bad. It's just got a tiny, tiny bit of chemically kind of scent. But they're both really good formulas. I definitely recommend them. I'm trying to think of anything else that I think that's all I had on the table. Does anybody have any questions about anything? We have, oh, it's been an hour, but we'll leave it open for questions for just a minute. JD says, I really enjoyed my first live chat. Oh, I'm so glad. Deb says, thanks everyone for your feedback on the Ordinary Cosmetics. This is going too fast, but thank you all individually. I do have a video on the Ordinary and my experience with them. It was not a positive experience. Wasn't a super negative one. It wasn't a super negative one, but it wasn't a super positive one either. Candace wants to know where I got my shirt. I got it at Forever 21 like 3 years ago. Martika says, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, Jen. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving too. Mallory wants to know where I got my glasses. I got them at America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses. They are Guess brand because I'm so fancy. Yep, they're Guess brand. I used to have Juicy Couture ones that I got from Costco, but now I have Guess brand. I'm so fancy. I'm so fancy. Anna wants to know how I feel about Zoeva. I have never tried anything by Zoeva. One day I will. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pop off of here, but I want to thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here in the live chat if you're here live. Thank you for being here on the replay if you're watching it on the replay. I really have fun doing these chats with you guys. I've been doing them for about 3 or 4 years at this point, every single Sunday almost. Next Sunday, we're going to take a Sunday off because it is Thanksgiving weekend. I'm going to be spending the weekend with my fam. But yeah, happy Thanksgiving if you're in the United States, and happy weekend. Happy week if you are somewhere outside of the States. Last question, do you like Jeffree Star products? Allison wants to know. Product-wise, everything I've tried from Jeffree Star I've enjoyed. I have tried one of his blushes in Regina George, which I think is a fantastic formula. I also have a full review on the not androgyny palette. I always forget what it's called. The other palette, the out of my head palette. I can't remember what it's called. Fantastic eyeshadow palette. Not a fan of him as a man, as a person. Not a fan of that. So do not purchase anything from him anymore. That is a personal choice. I do not shame anyone that chooses to buy from him. And I don't shame anybody that chooses anything regarding to him. It's a beauty killer. Thank you, Steph and AJ. But yeah, no, that's a big no on that. But as far as makeup goes, man knows how to make some makeup. I'll tell you that. But I do not purchase anything from that brand. That's a personal choice. And there's very few brands that I don't purchase from. That's one of them, of the very few. I can't even think of another brand I don't straight up just don't purchase from. Lime Crime. I've purchased from Lime Crime, but I've learned my lesson. Because I don't enjoy their products. So, and also I don't enjoy things about them as a brand. But there's very few brands that I boycott. Lime Crime and Jeffree Star are two of them. Not boycott. Boycott's such a strong word, even though it's true.
All right, I'm going to pop off here. Get off the drama, Jen. All right, you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Well, rest of your week. Your week's just starting. Have a wonderful week next week. Happy Thanksgiving if you're in the States, and mad love to you, and I will see you in a video soon. I'm popping off before I pop off my mouth. All right.